Love the Eagles as much as we do? Then hit that subscribe button and stick with us at Eagles Nest News for all the drama, updates, and hype all season long. The rumors started the way these things always do in the league, quietly at first, almost like a whisper carried by insiders who swear they heard something behind closed doors. Suddenly, the idea that Myles Garrett could be an Eagle began to circulate, and once that seed was planted, it became impossible to ignore. Garrett, a defensive force who changes the geometry of the field just by lining up, represents everything Philadelphia fans dream about when they think of dominance in the trenches. The speculation isn't about a simple roster move. It's about a statement, a philosophical shift that would tell the entire league that the Eagles are doubling down on defense as the backbone of their identity. When people imagine Garrett in midnight green, they picture an already aggressive defense becoming downright terrifying, with quarterbacks feeling pressure before the snap even happens. This rumor feeds into the long tradition of Philadelphia valuing pass rushers who play with emotion, power, and intelligence. Garrett is not just a sack artist. He is a tone setter, someone who dictates how offenses call plays. The buzz grows because it makes too much sense in a football way, even if the logistics remain cloudy. Fans debate it endlessly. Analysts hint at possibilities without confirming anything. And suddenly this speculative narrative takes on a life of its own, fueled by highlight reels and what-if scenarios that feel almost too good to be true. From a strategic perspective, imagining Myles Garrett in the Eagles' defensive front opens up endless possibilities that make coordinators smile and opponents nervous. The Eagles have always valued versatility and pressure without having to blitz excessively, and Garrett embodies that philosophy perfectly. He can win one-on-one matchups with speed, overpower linemen with strength, and collapse pockets in a way that forces quarterbacks into rush decisions. The rumors suggest that Philadelphia wants to build a defense that can dominate games without relying on offensive shootouts, and Garrett would be the centerpiece of that vision. Pairing him with the existing defensive talent would create mismatches across the line, making it nearly impossible for offenses to focus protection on a single player. This kind of move would not just be about sacks or stats. It would be about altering the psychology of every opposing offense before kickoff. Teams would spend entire weeks designing game plans just to slow him down, often at the expense of other areas. That ripple effect is what makes the speculation so compelling. Even if nothing is confirmed, the mere idea forces conversations about how elite defenders can redefine a team's ceiling. In the minds of fans, Garrett as an Eagle feels like the missing piece to something already powerful. There's also an emotional layer to this rumor that resonates deeply with the Philadelphia fan base. Eagles fans appreciate players who bring intensity, accountability, and leadership, and Garrett checks every one of those boxes. He plays with an edge that mirrors the city's identity, a relentless energy that feels perfectly aligned with the culture in the locker room. The speculation paints him as not just another star, but as a leader who could elevate everyone around him. Younger players would learn from his preparation, his work ethic, and his refusal to disappear in big moments. Veterans would feed off his presence, knowing that the defense now has a focal point capable of taking over games. The narrative almost writes itself, with fans imagining the roar of the crowd as Garrett explodes off the line, creating chaos in the backfield. This is why rumors like this catch fire so quickly, because they tap into emotion as much as logic. Philadelphia has always embraced defenders who play with passion, and Garrett's reputation fits that mold seamlessly. Whether realistic or not, the story connects on a visceral level, making it hard for anyone to dismiss outright. Financially and structurally, the speculation becomes even more intriguing when people start to imagine how the Eagles could make such a move work. Without diving into confirmed details, the rumors suggest creative roster management, the kind Philadelphia has been known for in the past. The front office has a reputation for thinking several steps ahead, and fans trust that if there is smoke, there might be fire. Garrett represents a premium asset, and acquiring him would signal confidence in the team's competitive window. The idea floating around is that the Eagles believe their core is ready, and adding an elite defensive presence could push them over the top. This is not about rebuilding or experimenting. It is about maximizing opportunity. The speculation thrives because it aligns with a broader narrative of the Eagles refusing to settle, always looking for ways to gain an edge. Even skeptics admit that if any organization could pull off a move like this, it would be Philadelphia. That belief fuels the rumor, turning it into endless debate on talk shows, podcasts, and social media feeds, where fans dissect every hint and comment looking for validation. Another reason this rumor refuses to die is the symbolic impact it would have across the league. If Myles Garrett were to become an Eagle, it would send a clear message that defense still wins championships, and that elite pass rushers remain one of the most valuable commodities in football. Opposing teams would view Philadelphia differently, not just as a strong team, but as one that can impose its will physically. The Eagles' defense would no longer be discussed in terms of potential, but in terms of fear factor. That kind of reputation matters, especially in high-stakes moments when games are decided by inches and seconds. The speculation taps into a nostalgic belief that dominant defenses create lasting legacies. Fans imagine highlight plays, strip sacks, forced turnovers, and moments that swing momentum instantly. Garrett's presence would symbolize that philosophy perfectly. Even without confirmation, the rumor sparks conversations about identity, about what kind of football the Eagles want to play, and about how stars can shape narratives beyond the stat sheet. It becomes less about whether it happens and more about what it represents. As the rumor continues to circulate, it takes on the rhythm of a story being told and retold, gaining details with each iteration. Insiders hint, fans speculate, and analysts cautiously weigh in without committing. The idea of Myles Garrett in an Eagles uniform becomes a mental image that refuses to fade, a possibility that feels both audacious and strangely plausible. This is the magic of football rumors, where imagination fills the gaps left by silence. For Philadelphia supporters, it is a dream scenario that aligns perfectly with their love for hard-hitting, relentless defense. Whether it becomes reality or remains speculation, the conversation itself reveals how much value is placed on players who can change games single-handedly. Garrett symbolizes that kind of impact, and the Eagles symbolize a franchise always willing to chase greatness. In that intersection of ambition and talent, the rumor lives on, growing louder with every discussion, every breakdown, and every fan who dares to believe that this bold defensive vision could actually come to life. The second part of this speculation dives deeper into what Myles Garrett as an Eagle would mean on the field beyond the surface-level excitement. Football is a game of matchups, and Garrett instantly becomes the matchup that offenses lose sleep over. The rumor paints a picture of an Eagles defense that can dictate tempo, forcing opponents to abandon balanced game plans because the pass rush becomes overwhelming. Garrett's ability to disrupt plays before they develop would complement the rest of the defensive unit, making everyone's job easier. Linebackers would see clearer lanes, defensive backs would have more opportunities for turnovers, and the entire unit would feed off the pressure generated up front. This is why the idea resonates so strongly with analysts who value trench play above all else. The Eagles have historically invested in the line, and Garrett would be the ultimate expression of that philosophy. The speculation suggests a defense designed to close games, to protect leads, and to break the spirit of opposing offenses over the course of 4 quarters. That kind of dominance is rare, and imagining it in Philadelphia colors is enough to keep the rumor alive. From a cultural standpoint, the rumor also explores how Garrett's personality and professionalism would blend with the Eagles' locker room. He is known as a player who takes preparation seriously, who studies tendencies, and who understands the mental chess match of football. That mindset fits seamlessly with a team that prides itself on adaptability and intelligence. The speculation suggests that his presence would raise the standard across the defense, creating an environment where excellence becomes the expectation rather than the goal. Teammates would push themselves harder, knowing they are playing alongside one of the best in the game. This is the intangible impact that rarely shows up in box scores, but often defines championship teams. Fans latch onto this idea because it reinforces the belief that stars are not just about highlights, but about leadership. Garrett, as an Eagle, becomes a symbol of accountability, someone who demands the same intensity from everyone else. That narrative fuels the rumor, making it feel like more than just a transaction, but rather a cultural evolution. The strategic ripple effects extend to how opposing teams would have to prepare for Philadelphia. Coaches would spend countless hours designing protections, double teams, and quick passing concepts just to survive Garrett's presence. That attention would inevitably create openings elsewhere on the field, allowing other defenders to thrive. The rumors suggest an ecosystem of success, where one elite player elevates an entire unit. This is the dream scenario for any defensive coordinator, and it is why the speculation refuses to die. Fans imagine games where the Eagles' defense controls the narrative, forcing mistakes and capitalizing on them. Garrett's reputation as a game wrecker fits perfectly into that vision. The speculation becomes a blueprint for dominance, one that excites anyone who believes defense is still the heart of football. Even without confirmation, the idea feels powerful because it aligns with fundamental truths about the sport. There's also a business and branding angle to this rumor that cannot be ignored. A player like Myles Garrett brings star power that transcends the field, and Philadelphia is a market that embraces and amplifies its heroes. The speculation imagines jerseys flying off shelves, highlight clips dominating social media, and national conversations centered on the Eagles' defense. This kind of visibility matters in today's league, where narratives shape perception as much as performance. Garrett as an Eagle would be a headline move, one that commands attention and respect. Fans understand this, and it adds another layer of appeal to the rumor. It is not just about winning games, but about defining an era. The Eagles have always thrived when they embrace boldness, and this speculative move fits that identity perfectly. The rumor becomes a reflection of ambition, a statement that the franchise is unafraid to chase the biggest prizes. Before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep delivering the latest updates on our Philadelphia Eagles. And don't be shy. Share your thoughts on the news in the comments below. As discussions continue, skeptics naturally question the feasibility, but even doubt seems to fuel the conversation rather than end it. The more people say it cannot happen, the more intriguing it becomes. This is the nature of sports speculation, where possibility often matters more than probability. The idea of Garrett joining the Eagles invites fans to dream, to imagine a defense that dominates headlines and opponents alike. It becomes a shared fantasy, one that unites supporters in debate and anticipation. Whether whispered on radio shows or debated online, the rumor serves as a reminder of why fans love the sport. It is about hope, imagination, and the belief that transformative moments are always just one move away. In the end, the rumor of Myles Garrett becoming an Eagle stands as a testament to the power of speculation in sports culture. It captures attention because it feels right emotionally, strategically, and philosophically. Even without confirmation, it sparks conversations about identity, ambition, and what it takes to build a truly elite team. For Philadelphia fans, the idea embodies everything they value: toughness, intensity, and a relentless pursuit of greatness. Garrett symbolizes defensive dominance, and the Eagles symbolize a franchise always willing to dream big. As long as that alignment exists, the rumor will continue to circulate, growing stronger with every discussion. Whether it ever becomes reality is almost secondary to the excitement it generates. In the world of football, sometimes the rumor itself becomes part of the story. And in this case, the story of Myles Garrett as an Eagle is one that refuses to fade. As these rumors continue to circulate, they begin to feel less like idle talk and more like a reflection of the league's deeper fascination with reinvention. Brady's supposed decision to return with the Eagles resonates because it mirrors a universal desire to test limits rather than accept conclusions. The celebration that marked his arrival is now remembered as a moment of collective curiosity, a pause where everyone involved acknowledged that something unconventional was about to unfold. This speculative story positions the Eagles as co-authors in a narrative that challenges conventional timelines and expectations. Brady, in this version of events, is not chasing validation from the outside world, but clarity for himself, a chance to see what remains possible when preparation meets opportunity one more time. The league watches through the lens of skepticism and wonder, aware that even if the outcome is uncertain, the journey itself carries immense weight. These final whispers reinforce the idea that football thrives on belief, on daring choices, and on personalities bold enough to question endings. Whether this rumor becomes legend or reality, it already stands as a reminder that in this sport, the most powerful stories are born where certainty ends. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay updated with exclusive news about our Philadelphia Eagles, be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that like button. We can't wait to hear your thoughts in the comments. See you in the next video.